I'm Robert Barnes from Spider Machines, and behind me is the M&R Challenger 3. And today I'm going to give you a little bit of a review. Right now we're going to talk about the print head. The Challenger 3 uses a belt drive system, so it does not have a central off contact. So what they have on each head is independent off contact. So you can adjust the front screen holder by clicking the off contact here. You have to be careful to make sure you keep both of these in sync so the screen doesn't get caught. So you have the front raising and lowering as well as the rear raising and lowering. So to control the off contact you would adjust the knobs here. Up next we're going to cover the rest of the print head. The Challenger 3 has the manual clamps for the squeegee and the flood bar, as well as the screen clamps to lock your screen in. You have speed control for the flood, speed control for the squeegee. You have a print button and as well as a reset button. The addition into the Challenger 3 is that you can actually index the machine from the head. Other than that, that's your controls on the M&R. Okay, on the Challenger 3 you have the typical swivel. So the head, you release the red lever and the head flips up and locks in place. On the Challenger 3, this is what raises and lowers the screen. As we talked about earlier, this is your off contact control. You also have a pressure regulator at every head. Here are your screen clamps with a blue lockdown bar for your Newman roller frames. The Challenger 3 has the yellow safety cables. These are magnets, and when the magnet is connected it completes the circuit, so you can disconnect it by hand and reconnect it, or you can do the karate chop method. Both the Challenger 3 and the Alpha 8 have a flash plug at every head, so you can actually plug the flash in, which will communicate with the machine. The rear screen, as it raises and lowers, there is a sensor here, and when that screen comes to the up position, that tells the machine that the screen is clear so that the pallets can index. There is not a sensor like this in the front, so you want to make sure that you set your off contacts the same in all four positions so that the screen doesn't bind at all when it's raising and lowering. Since the screen is raising and lowering, the squeegee and flood bar have to raise and lower with it. So you'll notice the cylinders on the Challenger 3 are much longer because they have such a greater distance to travel, but the conventional angle is set the same. The only thing is you have a much greater travel with the squeegee and flood bar. Okay, adjusting the stroke on the M&R print head, this sensor bracket sets the front stroke, and this sets the rear stroke. Just be careful when you adjust the rear stroke to bring the carriage back to where the sensor is actually seeing the head. Otherwise, when you initialize the machine, if it's behind it, the head's going to want to run toward the back looking for this sensor. So make sure anytime you adjust this sensor that you have it where the print head and the machine are in sync with each other. The Challenger 3 uses a belt drive index system, and the table doesn't raise and lower. So what has to happen is the registration forks have to engage the table. So what you see in the video here is the fork is actually engaging the table, and there are 3 registration forks. So 3 forks come down and lock in position to have repeatability from print to print. The Challenger 3 uses a belt drive system similar to the Formula, and what you'll notice is there's a Mitsubishi motor, a gearbox, and a pulley. And then just to the left of that is an encoder, an external encoder, which gives you a reading of position. So the machine is able to use a servo motor to make the rotation, and any play within the belt is detected via the external Mitsubishi encoder. Okay, the M&R Challenger 3 uses a touchscreen. We're going to cover that next, but right now I'm just going to show you this is a simple e-stop. You smash it, twist it, pulls it out. Green is the reset. This lever allows you to index the machine clockwise or counterclockwise. This is your one cycle or down and up for continuous cycle, and your print start, print finish. You press the main button, brings you to this screen. This allows you to set all the different heads, whether you're going to turn them on or off, multiple strokes, front, back position, etc. Within this screen, obviously you have the M&R contact information, service data, tests, so you can test your buttons, functionality. Language, you can change the language. Date and time. And production data. And up next we'll cover the next screen. These are the counters, so you have shift, job, total prints on the machine, preset, remaining, and the speed. And then from here we can go to timers. Here you can adjust the index, flash, quartz, preheat, as well as a delay. Some options on the machine. This gives you the ability to work your different functions, as well as your servo, your go-to, your skip, towel mode. And in here you can do the shirts, the multi-print, etc. And then from there, look at the print. And then you have the alarm screen. I'm Robert Barnes from Spider Machines, and I appreciate you watching the review of the M&R Challenger 3. Thank you for watching my videos.